Cinderella. Cinderella. Oh, you cleaned up. Oh my God, thank you so very much, Terrence. Oh my God, like, I really appreciate you doing this, like, seriously. Oh my God, it smells so fresh in here and everything. You rolling your eyes at me? Oh my God, like you really cleaned up. Like,
go through those piles.
Oh, you put everything in a nice pile over here? Oh my God, this is so nice of you. You were so thoughtful. Wait a minute, this gospel might get me shut off now. I can't get too. I can't get too close to this gospel now. I don't want them shutting me down. I don't know how we felt. I don't know how we fell asleep last night trying to watch Unsolved. BET. He cleans up for the D. Does dishes for the D. Terrence, thank you so much.
Yeah.
God gonna bless you.
Yeah, this one, bro.
Oh, I usually stick that right here.
Right here.
Yeah, so. That's how I do that. Did you have a good night's sleep?
I did.
Well, I'm glad you did. Listen, I love DT.
Ah.
Oh, she said, and you too, Craig. Oh, girl, I'm an afterthought. Sherry. Oh, somebody sent some change to your PayPal for $2.
And they come through.
It ain't come through yet? How you know? You ain't even been on your phone. And who is Rodney talking about what you doing? Who is that? I don't know why I can't ever remember your number. Because you know why I do 02, like for February. Yes, you do too. Here it is.
I like this kind of thing.
It came through 11 minutes ago.
It's just one.
Yeah, that's it. I want it through the cat. No, I mean I want it through Google Wallet. You got Google Wallet? Don't send it through Cash App, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's an amazing day to be alive. I know some of you, my lips feeling a little dry. I know some of you are probably annoyed because you're at work. That's just a sign that you don't want to be there anymore. That means you need to go ahead and change the direction of your life. That means you need to go ahead and get to another job because you don't want to be there, and it's okay. And you have to make a move before God makes the move for you. You need to make the move before the universe pulls that rug from underneath you. I used to be in positions like that where I hated working. Have you ever been in a job where you just hated it so much and you dreaded going? Like you didn't even like when it didn't even have to be Monday. It could be Wednesday. It could be Friday morning, the last day of the week, and you're like, oh my God, I got to go to this job. I don't want to go here. Oh my God, I don't want to go here. And that means you don't want to be there. That means it's time for you to do something else. And so I've been in so many positions like that where I hated it. And instead of me being active and being diligent and finding someplace else to work, I would stay there and undoubtedly they would fire me because all of my energy said he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't like being here. And so it would show up in my work. It would show up in the way I interacted with the people or the customers, depending on what the job was. And they would fire me because I was ill prepared. Like I wouldn't even be prepared. I'd be scrambling, trying to figure out how I was going to get the next job and how I was going to take care of my bills and that kind of thing. So don't get in that position. You already know when you get in your car and go to your job that you hate it. So start looking for something else. You should find something that you don't mind doing, something purposeful that you don't mind doing. Because remember, you only get one life, and you don't want to waste your life doing something that you hate. Why waste your time doing something that you like? Every moment that you're living, you should enjoy it as much as possible. Where's my chapstick? Because these lips are feeling really dry. Where's my chapstick? You gonna work out the bedroom too? Look, he gonna clean up in the bedroom too. You gotta ask. God said you have not because you ask not. Where's my chapstick? Oh, here we go. You said what I need.
In the drawer with your keys.
Oh. Because my lips are getting good and dry. Come on, gospel music. You do normally start your day with gospel, huh? Good morning, people. Hey, girl, hey. Oh, I didn't say my thing. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressors, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook Live version of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Hey, Adrian, I see you made it over here. She was messaging me on Instagram. What you say, Terrence?
You talking about me?
Yeah, you do start your day with gospel music. I need to order some more books. Because he getting low. Yes, you got to change your reality. Don't keep going to a job that you hate. Find something else. There are a million ways to make money. A million ways to make money. So there's no point in you going to a job that you hate. Why punish yourself like that? That's like being in a relationship you know you don't want to be in. But you stay in it because you're afraid to leave. And then you angry with the other person because you don't have the cojones to leave. Because you don't have the nerve, the gall, the audacity to leave. It's like you need to go ahead and leave. Don't be sitting there mad with the other person because you don't want to leave. You scared to leave. You scared you're not going to be able to make it without them. That's just foolish. You got to find the courage. You have to summon up the courage, the nerve to walk away from that job, to walk away from that relationship. Because it may not even be a relationship. If you feeling like that, it ain't no relationship. You just in it. You just going through the motions. Did I have a dream? I'm trying to think if I had a dream. That's a good thing, Lamisha. That's a good thing. Because I would hate for you to have to give me a needle as a nurse and you didn't like your job. She digging all in my veins. All hard and aggressive. Listen, I had to get my blood type many years ago. I know it now. My blood type is O positive, which means I can give blood to anybody, but I can only receive blood from somebody that's O positive. Ain't that some shit? So anyway, I was going out of the country. This is the first time I was going out of the country. I was 17, and I was going to France for an exchange program. And so one of the requirements, we had to know our blood type because we had to fill out all of this paperwork. My parents had to fill out all of this paperwork before we could go to this exchange program. I was going to study abroad. I write about this in the first book. If you have the first book, you already know this. So, well, you don't know this story, but you know that. And so I was going out of the country, and so we had to fill out what my blood type was, and my mother didn't know what my blood type was. So my mother worked at a hospital for many years. So we went to the hospital, and she had one of her friends that's a nurse. Well, I don't even know if she's a nurse. She wasn't even a nurse. She was a tech. She wasn't a nurse. She was a tech. Excuse me. Let me tell you how black people cut corners. So one of her girlfriends was a tech at this hospital. And instead of us making a legitimate appointment so they could figure out what my blood type was, we met up with one of her girlfriends. We went down there one day while she was at work, went into one of the little hospital rooms. DT laughing. Went into one of the little hospital rooms, And she was trying to draw my blood so they could run it and test it to see what my blood type was. So that if something happened to me while I was in France on this exchange program, they would, like if you needed a blood transfusion or something, that was the purpose of it. So in case something happened, they would, know what my blood type was instead of having to test me and all that stuff. Baby, and I have good veins too. You ever notice my veins in my arms, Terrence?
I don't. I can barely give blood. They can never find me.
Really? And see, I've had nurses, Lamisha. I've had, like in the summertime when I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, I've had nurses say to me, oh my God, you have good veins. Like they just be touching on my arms and shit. Because my veins literally, you can see them running like through my arms. When I tell you this lady was trying to get my blood, she had to have gone in my arm. I felt like a heroin addict. She had to have gone in my arm about 4 times. I said, okay, listen, this is too much. I was 17. And she only got like this much blood. I can't remember how you measure blood. I think it was like, what is it called? I was about to say centimeters, but it's not centimeters. It was like cc's, maybe it's cc's. But anyway, she only got about this much. And they were like, well, hopefully we'll be able to run this and test it and see, be able to test it to see what your blood type is. I was like, well, I hope you will too, because you can't go back in my arms. Like, she just kept going in and out it was cc's, I thought so. Thanks, Ken. And she kept like trying to go on my arms. And I'm just like, oh my God, girl, you fucking my arms. My arm and shit was all red. But see, that's what you have. Black people, see, that's what happens when you try to get a hookup. You punish your kids, put your kids through all this trauma and shit. So to this day, I don't like giving blood. Like, I won't give blood. And I just told you, I'm O positive, so I can give blood to anybody. So people that are O positive should be giving blood at the Red Cross as often as possible. But guess who ain't giving blood is me. I have been traumatized. Now, she didn't do the lab work, Hope. I don't know who did the lab work. But she kept going in my arm. I'm like, girl. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, girl, hey. Yeah, we up early this morning. Come on, Fabulosa. What y'all know about Fabulosa? Now, this might be a ghetto Maryland thing, but like my aunt, Gloria, and my mother, they put me onto this. They'll put Fabulosa in a pot with a little bit of water. And you put it on your stove real low. Like on the lowest temperature on your stove, right? And you boil it. Now, you don't put it in the pots that you cook your rice and shit in. Your ass been and got a chemical poisoning. You get a pot or something that you don't use anymore, or you go to the dollar store and buy your little cheap pot, and that becomes your Fabulosa pot. But you don't cook in that. You don't, listen. Your ass wake up dead one day. But anyway, you boil it on real low because you don't want it to be boiling. You just simmer it. That's the better word. And the fragrance just wafts through your house. Wafts. W-A-F-T-S. Wafts through the house. No, she wasn't shaking though, Lamisha. She just didn't know what the hell she was doing. Because I got good veins. Yes. See, Janaea. It makes the house smell really nice like that, right? But again, you don't use the pots that you cook in. You fuck around and die playing with that. Look at him. Molly Maids ain't got nothing on you, Terrence. I'm gonna treat you to lunch. It may not be today though. But I'm gonna treat you to lunch because I appreciate you cleaning up. It was on my spirit that you in here getting this place together, though. That's why I woke up. I wish I had a vacuum, though. We'll get it together. He gets his clean on here. Terrence likes cleaning, though. It's therapeutic for him. Yeah, it's therapeutic for him. And saved me a few dollars, Trina, because he cleaned up. Right, because I was on Groupon the other day looking for a cleaning service. If y'all don't know about Groupon, y'all better get on Groupon. Hey, Bobby, you're new. Okay, so when you come in, Usually I'm on here Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. But I'm just on here this morning because I wanted to wish y'all a great morning. I know most of y'all are already at work. Some of y'all late. And y'all done called in and told them that it was an accident on the road or some shit. But you late. But Bobby, when you come in, it's, hey girl, hey. Now see, I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. I literally just woke up and see, when you brush and floss at night and you use your oil pulling, your teeth aren't as dangerous. Your breath isn't as dangerous in the morning. Yeah, it's not dangerous at all because you brush at night and you floss and stuff. You know, your breath can be a weapon of mass destruction. Hope said, he can come over here. I can give him plenty of therapy. Now, girl, we're not trying to come to a house where there's hoarders. I didn't say he cleaned up hoarders. I didn't say he cleaned up. I didn't say we were trying to film a TV show for hoarders. See, Ken, you like that oil pulling. See, and it gives your mouth a nice little taste at the end. Oh, that's a nice little lighting. I'm just wondering if he's going to clean up in the bedroom. My bathroom sure is filthy. The toilet and stuff. I could go in there and get it started. I know I dropped rice. And I thought I had gotten it all up. That damn rice, you walk around with your naked feet. I know the bar is running low. Can we get a spirit ministry in here? Send a few dollars to the Cash App and I'll go and re-up. They so observant. The bar getting a little low. Listen, I'm printing books. I'm buying plane tickets because I got to get to Houston. And I got to pay for a hotel in Houston. So right now, I don't have money for no spirits, okay? Now, if you want to bless the bar ministry, then feel free to go ahead and send a few dollars through the Cash App. My Cash App ID is The Writer. We take ones, we take fives, we take $6 bills, we take $2 bills, we take $3. It all adds up, and we'll go ahead and replenish. They talking about DT. They said, DT, make sure you get your lunch from Craig, too, since he dropping hints about cleaning up his bathroom. I'm going to treat him to lunch at a Golden Corral where it's a fixed price. I'm going to take you to a fixed price lunch. Look, he into it.
Do you have a mop?
No, because I usually have them come and clean and vacuum.
Do you have a bucket at least?
See if it's one in that. I don't think so. Hey girl, hey, good morning. Ewing, I'm a vodka drinker. And I drink margarita. So tequila and vodka. That's what I drink. Now don't listen. Don't be sending me no bottles of vodka in the plastic bottles. You know, that's headache material. That's real cheap. Hey, Peggy. Peggy, I'm doing a signing in Houston on April 7th. It's a Saturday. Tamiko, how you know how much rice was down on the floor? She down here trying to count the rice pieces. She told me that was a lot of rice. Because she trying to count the rice pieces. They said DT is a keeper. He is a keeper. And I think it was Peggy I was just talking to down in Houston. The details for the signing on April 7th are on my website, Craig the Writer Stewart. I pinned it up here, and I pinned it down here. I think it's called Missouri City Park. It's like a picnic. It's going to be a picnic. All of the Houston gays are going to be there, okay? All of the Houston gays are going to be there, and lesbians. In questioning. Look. Well, Ewing, I enjoy. I do like pearl vodka, but I like Grey Goose, Ciroc. Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like them ones in the plastic bottle. Jason, 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 Jason. Some of y'all should just go ahead and make it official. Leah, you don't have to be Leah. Now you do not have to be a lesbian to come to the book signing, girl. Cut it out. You can comment. It's not just for the community. And ain't nobody gonna try you. Ain't nobody gonna try you. Yeah, Tamiko, I remember that. That's a line from School Days. But no, see, because your face is cracked and on the ground. You remember that line from School Days? That was when that girl was in the window.
Are you supposed to be delivering it?
I'm supposed to ship that. No, I'm supposed to ship that today, yes. I'm going to ship it along with Phaedrian's books. She ordered the first and second books today. She sent her money to DT's PayPal. Excuse me, because she has a very questionable debit card and it wouldn't work for the Cash App. Yes, it's in Missouri City, Leah. I think it's Missouri City State Park, but don't quote me. The details and the address are on my website, CraigTheWriterStewart.com. Just click on the tab at the top that says where he'll be, and it's there. It has the address. It's from like 2 to 7. It's from like 2 to 7 p.m. Good morning, Ruth. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, girl, hey.
You don't have wood?
Yes, I do have wood cleaner. It's in the pantry on that shelf. I have some good what's it called? It's called Murphy soap. Oh, they require all of that now? I guess because some of y'all been set working on the Cash App. Y'all been probably using somebody else's debit with a K. Y'all been using somebody else's debit card to send money. Yes, he's doing the woodwork now. I'm just watching. He probably wouldn't do all this if we were married. I'd be probably fighting him to do it. When you gonna clean up? You used to clean up all the time before we got together. Now you don't clean up. I got to ask you to clean up. Every time I come home, you laying in here watching TV, scratching your nuts. You know how they do. Thank you, Laurel. Sitting here looking cute. That's what I'm doing, Carolyn. That's that line from, what movie is that? ATL. When he called old girl up on the phone. He says, what you doing? What you doing? Nothing, just sitting here looking cute. No. I may not push my luck though and try to get him to clean the bathroom. I may have to do that myself.
I think this needs to be drawn away.
Yeah, it's time to go. I need to buy some more candles. We collecting for a candle ministry too. I love a good scented candle. Y'all at work? They sitting at work. They sitting at work not working. They sitting at work watching us. Y'all are abusing your customers because I know some of y'all working customer service. Y'all on the phone line supposed to be talking to customers. You got the customers on hold. That's called gross customer abuse. Hey, Lisa Renee. I don't know if Adrian is in here, but please do me a favor and inbox me your shipping address. I have some books to ship out today. Yours will go with those. So make sure that you you inbox me your shipping address. Good morning, Chantal. Is it Chantal? Oh, Leah's retired. So Leah, you gonna come out to the park on April 7th? Girl, you do not have to be gay to come out to the park. Oh, Adrian just got up. Come on, Febreze.
You're silly.
That Febreze is not to be played with. Oh, Peggy, are you coming to the signing on April 7th? Down in, well, it's not really Houston. It's Missouri City. It's Missouri City, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston, for those of you who may not know. Oh, they saying, is DT gonna be there? No, DT has somewhere else to go. He won't be in Houston. Where you have to go? That weekend in April, that first weekend? Oh, he's booked. He's booked. Go on, Chantal, and drink your cup of coffee. Happy birthday, Lisa Renee. Happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to Lisa Renee. Trina on her way to a meeting. Somebody said, oh, he just cleaned up his bedroom. He ain't cleaned up nothing else. No, he cleaned up the kitchen too. Because after we cooked last night, we left all of that stuff right there because we started watching the movie. We started watching that Tupac and Biggie Smalls movie. It's called Unsolved. But we fell asleep, so I can't even tell you whether or not it was good. You did? Terrence said he thought it was pretty good. I didn't think they did a good job with the casting of Tupac or Biggie, though.
It's almost like they should have
Yeah.
But that was the same thing with, that was the only thing I didn't like about OJ. Cuba wasn't a good OJ.
Cuba wasn't a good. He was, yeah.
Everybody else was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially for
But here's the other thing too. I really don't feel like, because it was supposed to be the same people that did OJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really feel like it was. I don't feel like the Biggie. Well, I fell asleep, so I can't even speak on it. I'm speaking prematurely. But what I was gonna say was, I kind of feel like it wasn't as good as. I don't feel like it was to the same caliber as the OJ movie. Right. Like, I mean, it felt like you were there. And, like, even though I didn't watch all of the Unsolved, but I just feel like it opened, it was like, when it opened, didn't it open in, like, 2006? And he died in, like, 97. So it opened in 2006. Then it jumped back to 9 days after he died. Then it jumped back to 2006. I'm like... I didn't mind it either, but I didn't feel like I was there just yet.
Even though the 90s, I feel like they made it look too 80s.
Right. Like it didn't, that's what I'm saying. I didn't
feel like the 90s.
Well, that's what I mean. I didn't feel like I was there.
And we were in the 90s.
Right. Yeah, I was in high school and college in the 90s. I don't think
Remember the OJ crowd?
right. I don't think there was a better time for me to have been in high school and college because the music that came through the 90s, all of that bad boy music, all of that Mary J. Blige, all of that Casey and JoJo, all of that great 90s music, it I don't know why they died, Terrence. They lived so long for a long time. And then they just start acting up. Hey, girl, hey. Good morning, Sandra. Yes, I don't know why they dying. What you think it is?
You don't have to agree, so.
I don't have a green thumb. I got platinum dick, though. Oh. He may not have a green thumb, but he got platinum dick. So when I think of like 90s music, like when 90s music comes on, it either transports me to high school or college.
Yeah, you had basketball.
Yeah.
I started college in the 90s.
Yeah.
99.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, and then also 98 was when I moved here to Atlanta. So it really headphones in the office. 98 was a pivotal moment in my life too because that was when I first moved to Atlanta. So that music that came out around that time too. I remember it. Like all that LaFace music that was popping at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like 98 was with Lauryn Hill. It could all be so simple, babe. Like that was jumping. Like, I mean, the 90s was just, woo. Good morning, Marlisa. It really was one of the best eras. You'll never have that again. Never.
Yeah, I think because everybody still in the 90s was still having fun.
Yeah.
Like even the artists, like
Right.
yeah, like it was money. Like I feel like now everybody is driven by money.
I think,
People
yeah.
were doing it for like
The love of it back then, yeah.
80s and 90s, but they were still doing it like just for the love of it.
Right. No, I never went to Freaknik. When I moved here in 98, that was really like the last year. The last popping year was like 97. And then I moved here in 98. And like it was still a few people still trying to hold on to it. But it was really, really dead. Like it was just like remnants in 98. But no, I had never attended Freaknik. It's changed a lot. Atlanta has changed a lot. Right. Right. You know why? Part of the reason that I moved here, yes, because music was jumping here and I wanted to write music and all that stuff. But I moved here because, well, what drew me here was, what was that club? It was at the corner of Piedmont and Peachtree where the Kroger is now. It was that club. I write about it in the first book. I cannot think of what it was now though. It was at the corner of Piedmont and Peachtree, and it was a club, and Atlanta Live. That was what made me move here. When I got there and I saw all those young black folks like at this club, and you knew they all had jobs and they were, they had just finished college or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, I gotta live. It was something about the energy here, huh?
It's really like what was that movie called? The Inkwell.
The Inkwell, yeah.
Like just black successful people.
Right. And I was just like, oh my God, I have to live in this city.
I had no desire
You have no desire to move where?
to Atlanta.
You didn't have any desire to move here?
I
So
had a job here.
so you ended up getting a job here and that's why you moved here.
I thought
So you were applying for jobs here, or?
It just kind of happened. Me and Tiffany both got jobs. We moved here together, so the day of graduation.
And y'all moved into the same apartment.
Sunday morning, we went, said bye to our parents, and got in the car.
Y'all moved into the same apartment.
But we lived like in the same complex.
So how did y'all find y'all apartment?
So Tiffany's one of her best friends. She went to Clark, and so she told us what was the best area. So she was like, "Y'all need to live in Buckhead." So she went, looked at the apartment, took pictures. I think she sent it via email.
So y'all secured the apartment before you came here?
Like that, where you can send pictures.
Right.
Like, we still had to fax our stuff in, and then so we got our apartment in like April. We graduated in June. We got our jobs like.
So y'all paid for May rent, or no? You just secured it.
Yeah, we secured
And then
it.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was pretty much what happened with me. That was pretty much what happened with me. I come down here.
Of our job offers letters, because we didn't have any income.
Right.
So we were like, this is what we're gonna work.
Well, that was kind of what happened with me. My senior year for spring break, I was actually going to take a trip with some friends. We were going to go to the Canary Islands. And that's when I realized that I was growing up. And it was just like, no, if you're trying to move to Atlanta, you need to take your ass to Atlanta to see the lay of the land, try to find a job. You know what I'm saying? You need to start doing your groundwork.
But I never seen no apartment like.
Well, what happened was I came down here.
That was the craziest thing. I was like, okay.
I had a homegirl that from Baltimore that I went to high school with. She was living down here, so I had gotten in touch with her, and she was like, "Yeah, you can come stay with me." So I went and stayed with her. So I flew down here. I went and got a rental car, and I remember driving from the airport straight down Peachtree Street because I needed to see LaFace Records. Because remember, I was moving here to write music, so I was like, I have to see what LaFace Records looks like. And I remember driving all the way up from downtown Peachtree all the way up to Buckhead. And I remember like looking for the address, and I was expecting to see this sign that would say LaFace Records, but it really was just, it was inside of a building. It was in that corporate building. There was a Blue Cross and Blue Shields inside there. All of this stuff was in there up there by the Maggianos. And I was so disappointed. I was like, oh my God, that's it? So anyway, yeah, I thought it was going to be a sign and everything. Right. So I remember going into Lenox or Phipps or something like that because I was meeting her at Phipps in the parking lot because she worked at Barbizon. She did something.
Barbizon?
She worked for Barbizon. That was when I first heard about Barbizon in 98. And right, so she was working for Barbizon. And so
Is she in the modeling?
no. And so I ended up getting an interview because Atlanta is a city where
You was working for Barbizon?
no.
Oh.
I was getting an interview with the temp service because what I was going to say was Atlanta is a city where most of these major companies, you have to start with a temp service and then they'll place you with the major company because the major company, they don't want to pay for your benefits and all that shit or to pay you the real salary. So they'll pay the temp service and the temp service will hire you. And then if you prove yourself in like 90 days, then they'll hire you directly. Long story short, Ewing, please post a picture of your book on your social media and tag me. I did a post before this video asking you guys you're going to get your books today. Your books will come in the mail today. Please post a picture of your books on your social media, on your Facebook, your Instagram, and tag me. My social media handles on Instagram and Facebook are both at Craig the Writer Stewart. Please and thank you. I appreciate it. So anyway, I got a job with Coca-Cola through this temp service. And so so I came down here, it was like March. And so I interviewed with this company. And so the woman at the temp service, she was like, oh, well, you should look in areas like Vinings. Like she was telling me where I should look. Mm-hmm. So she told me about this company, this apartment locator. And so I ended up contacting them when I went back to school, and they would send me postcards with pictures. Yeah. And they sent me pictures of like all of the apartments in that area in Vinings, and I told them how much I was looking to spend and that kind of thing per month for rent. And at the time, a lot of apartment complexes paid for your water at the time. So I was looking for places that had incentives like that. So they found me up all these different apartments. They sent me pictures. They had pictures of the apartment. I never saw the inside of the apartment, but I saw like the property, what amenities they had. And my parents, it was a graduation gift from my parents, so they paid for my apartment. They paid the application fee and all that stuff, the security deposit. And so I had to fax all of the application and stuff over. My parents did everything, yeah. And so that was in March. And then my graduation was like May 10th, because it's always Mother's Day. Really? Oh, okay. Yeah, Hampton's University, our graduation is always Mother's Day. So we graduated on a Sunday. That Tuesday, my father and I were in Atlanta. And when we got down here, we started looking for furniture and stuff. My parents bought all of my furniture. They bought all of my groceries for that first month. And then they were like, all right, bye. And then I had to take over everything from there. But as my graduation gift, they got the apartment for me. They paid the first 2 months of rent. They paid the first 2 months of rent. They they paid the first 2 months of rent. They paid the security deposit. And then they got my groceries and my furniture. So my father and I, we went looking for furniture. And we got all of the furniture. We bought all of the furniture. We got here. It was, by this point, it was like Wednesday now, because we left Maryland like Tuesday night. And we got down here, it was Wednesday morning, so we started looking for the furniture. Friday, they started delivering the furniture. My mother flew in that Friday. I picked her up from the airport. The day that she flew in, my father left and drove back to Maryland. And then my mom and I went and bought the groceries, and we bought all of the knickknacks. Like we went and bought sheets and towels, and like my dad and I picked out the furniture, but my mom and I, we went and picked out, shower curtains and all that kind of stuff. So then my mom was here from Friday to Sunday, and she flew back. Huh? I know, hopefully it'll regenerate and it'll start coming back, that plant. Really?
LA or New York. I was a communication major, so radio, TV. So I had my internships every summer. I was either in New York or LA.
Right.
So I interned at the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh yeah, in LA? Wasn't it in Santa Monica?
And then they wanted to hire me, but I was like, I gotta go finish school.
They didn't want to wait for you to finish.
No, they was just like, well, we would like to hire you. I was like, I gotta finish school. And then I worked for Atlantic Records in New York. And the first artist I was promoting was T.I. at the time.
Oh, before he blew up.
Yeah, it's so interesting. And he was coming out with this song called 24, so we had to come up with how to promote it on campus, stuff like that. We had to come up with the marketing and stuff like that and do listening parties. That's when I was back in school too. And then I would go up to Atlantic Records in New York. So when I graduated, I wish, me and my friend Nell was just talking about this. I just met her. She's a cool person, associate, I should say. But she was a econ major too. And we had similar paths. And the only thing that I wish I would have known, you don't get paid a lot. Your first job is very entry level.
It's very $10 an hour.
Yeah, so I got hired. I had several job offers, but I took the job in Atlanta. But in Bristol, Connecticut, I got offered ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut. You want to know how much they offered?
How much?
$18,000.
And Connecticut is not inexpensive.
Exactly.
Connecticut
so
is expensive to live.
all the job offers that I was getting in my field were anywhere between 15.
What was your major again?
Communication, radio, TV.
Yeah, mine was communications. They definitely don't pay you nothing when you first come out.
So she and I were just talking last weekend, and it's so crazy if you think now, what you know now. I would have just took the job. You know what I'm saying? That would have been my career path. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But I think that if that's what you were supposed to do, then
I
that's
was
what,
supposed to do.
Yeah,
but
that's
when
what
you
would have
think
happened.
about, I don't have any regrets. But I do think like I would be in a totally different space
Right.
now.
Right.
Totally different.
Right. Because I mean, I still feel at some.
I got offers for some like great companies.
I still feel like at some point I'm gonna live in New York, even if I don't live there full time.
Okay, me too.
I feel like I'm gonna have a place there.
I love the energy.
I do too. I sometimes wonder. Like my first book, I wrote that in L.A. I wonder what I would produce or create living in New York. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the first book is my experience, all of my experiences from living in Atlanta, but it was birthed in LA. So I wonder like what would come out of me living in New York.
Everything. It's something
You know what I'm saying?
New York.
Hey girl,
But-
hey.
So when we used to work in the office at the Baylor Agency, we used to always have interns. Like
I need an intern now. Y'all know any good interns locally in Atlanta? I need a good intern.
and I used to be just so amazed that they didn't have no hustle. Like they would be excited like the first day, and they'd be on their phone. I'm like, when I was an intern, I was hustling. Like it was like my job, and I didn't get paid. Like when I went out to LA, I didn't even have because they didn't pay for anything. It was an unpaid intern.
Right.
I didn't even know anybody. And one of my friends, it's so funny, one of my friends' brother lived out there. And he called him on the phone and was like, hey, my friend Terrence has an internship in LA. Can he possibly stay with you? I didn't even know this guy. It was literally, I was.
But see, that's different. Like times were so different back then.
And him and his partner, he was gay. I didn't even,
See, it was in the cards for you to be gay,
I didn't even know. That
for you to be a figgity faggy.
I didn't even
It was in the cards for you to be a figgity faggy. Can you pass me my laptop, please? Please,
Which one?
the new one.
Yeah, so that was an experience.
Can you please come and tell them? Can you please come and tell them how you didn't think you were a figgity faggy, and how you used to wear your locks and used to listen. Please come tell the story.
I ain't telling you shit.
Come tell them the story, Terrence.
I'm done. I'm about to go home. I gotta go get something to eat.
I want something to eat too. What we gonna eat? I got some pancakes.
This is so dirty.
That can go in the trash, cause that ain't even Terrence.
It feels so much better in here.
It sure does. I sure wish you had gone to that bedroom though.
It's something about like cleanliness.
It's something about a clean house. Listen, I
And
love
a
it.
clean car. It feels like the car you arrived in.
Right, because it's like when you clean up, your house gets in order. When your house is not in order, you feel like you just in a ball of confusion.
It's chaotic.
It's chaotic. Let me get mine.
It's flowing in here.
You got the charger cord, or do I have it?
You do.
Let me get my cord, because this phone about to die. I left one of my cords over at Madison's house. One of my iPhone cords. Here's the cord. I can't stand. That's why I have multiple charger cords, because I can't ever find the one I'm looking for. Is it on my other laptop? I'm sorry. Okay, let me put this cord on here. Hold on. So Terrence, look. When Terrence didn't think he was gay, y'all. It wasn't a thing where he was trying to suppress it like I was. Terrence didn't think he was gay.
Oh my God, now I think I was gay.
So he had just moved to Atlanta, and
You don't even know my story.
well, what's the story?
But I'm listening to you. This is
Leah, I don't know why you can't see it on my website, sugar. Look. See that? Missouri City Community Park.
oh, you gotta go to Corey
1700 Glen Lakes Lane, Missouri City. Yes, at 3 o'clock.
And Lynn coming over at 12.
Yeah, so we can make the thing. I'm gonna have her drop me off down there, and I'm just gonna Uber back home. So, Terrence used to have locks, y'all. And he used to put them up into a ponytail. But he would strategically drop a couple of them down here. He used to drop a couple of them. You know how women have their hair hanging down in the back? He used to have like one or two hanging out in the back, right?
You asked me, did I have... Yeah, because they would fall out.
No, but you always tell me, that's the part of your story. Whenever you tell your story about your locks, you always had...
I used to always tell it was just up.
And you like, and you said I would have...
The man bun, I used to always just have one.
But you also said that you would have it fall, the little tail hanging down.
Yeah, they would come down.
No, you would make it come down.
I wouldn't make it come down.
You would, Terrence. You didn't tell me that you would sometimes put it down. You never pulled a couple down, Terrence.
They would just come down. I'm telling you, they would just come down.
He ain't trying to be honest right now, y'all. So anyway,
why you got that light on me?
Oh, it's a light.
Yes.
So he didn't think he was a figgity fag. He didn't know he was a fag-a-lease. I'm just kidding. That's just something that me and my friends, we joke with internally. So I'm just sharing that with y'all. Leah, oh, you were looking on your phone. Okay. Yeah. See, on your phone, you can't move it. On the computer, you can move the screen so that the text is not in the shirt. But I see what you're saying. But yeah, because I've tried to look at the website on my phone too, and you can't move the text so you can see it. But on the laptop or computer, you can. But the address, and I'll post it on my Facebook, the address for the Houston signing on April 6th is 1700 Glen with two N's, Glen Lakes with an S, Lane. 1700 Glen Lakes Lane. The zip code is Missouri City, 77459. And the signing is from 1 to 7. It's from 1 to 7. Because like I said, it's a picnic, so you can come through at any time. I'll be there. I'll be there. So anyway, so Terrence, he was he used to work at Enterprise Rental Car, and another friend of Terrence's knew he was gay in all his glory. One of his...
Oh, he's been gay since he was 13.
He was gay all his life, but he knew he was gay when he was 13. And so he and Terrence were cool. And so they used to...
Now, his story will be a good one on the podcast.
What's his story?
Well, I mean, just like... Yeah, you probably already done one of those stuff.
What?
About, like, the struggle, like, like, he always knew he was. I mean, he never hid it. But, like...
Well, he couldn't hide it.
Huh?
Well, he couldn't hide it.
Yeah, no.
He's a lady. I'm just... It doesn't matter. I'm just joking. Now you getting all politically correct.
Well, I do, because I think, like somebody like a Will, like, that's who they are. Like,
That's who they are, right?
I love it.
And that's why, like, when some people say,
But
why
I
they
think
got to
what
act so
understand
feminine?
is different spectrum
There's a spectrum.
of people.
That's why it's important for me to do my show again, the play and as a television series, because it shows the spectrum. The transgender woman, the minister of music of the church, the queen, all the way down to the DL guy. But anyway,
They was like, down there, disowned him.
his family?
It was like Catholic church, that whole Louisiana.
And he's from Louisiana.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But yeah, so
Like, they were into it.
so
It
Terrence
was like, fuck y'all.
Terrence was working for the Enterprise Rental Car.
He is like that guy.
He was working around like two gay guys. They were cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. You think I don't know your story? He talking about I don't know his story. Listen, you tell me something. It's locked in a vault.
I don't think I told you. I think they were telling you.
They told me. You told me pieces too, though. And they would be like, well, come on, hang on. You'd be like, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. They'd be like,
I never said, oh, I'm not gay. I'm not gay.
Well, what did you say?
It was just, it was what it
well,
was.
what were you saying when they were trying to hang out and stuff?
I would hang out. Like, they were fun people.
But weren't people trying to talk to you, guys trying to talk to you or something?
I mean, that still happens. But I don't really talk to anybody.
So what would you say, though?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Like you turning down chewing gum.
Yes.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. But I'm still that kind of way. I'm a very private person.
So then what ended up happening?
The story with the cat that So I would hang out with them like how we hung out at that time at their house. That was just, it became regular, and it was just really fun. Especially like that party was nothing. Like we used to have like, it was fun. Like we would just do everything. And I would hang out with, I was like, oh my God, these guys are really cool. And but all of them, yeah, not all of them, because that's a bit much. But some of the cats would try to, you know, push up on me, and I'd be like, oh no, thank you, da 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 da. Anyway, so one cat came over there one day. I had been hanging out with them for a couple of years by then, at least about 3 or 4 years. Somebody I had never seen before. And playing spades, talking shit, and again, energy. He was just talking to me, and I was talking to him, and it was just a connection. And then he was like, "Oh, you can turn it back on you." He was like, "You want to come home with me and cuddle?"
Oh, he said what?
You want to come home with me and cuddle?
He said, "Oh, you want to come home with me and cuddle?"
And I was like,
I'd be like, "Boo, I don't cuddle. I fuck." No, I'm just playing.
and something in me was just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I was just feeling it. And that was it. I was.
So had you had feelings or thoughts about a guy up to that point?
I was 28 then.
See, and I've said,
never been with a guy.
and see, it's something about the magic age of 28.
I had never been with a guy at all.
I've seen people suppress the feelings or avoid it or not think about it, but it's something about 28 years old.
Seriously?
Yes, because at 28, remember 30 and
It's close by.
right,
Because
30 is
29
close
a
by.
very transition year.
29 is the trend, but 30 there's a shift. And there's a chapter in my first book called 30 Shift.
That's when I finally quit.
Right,
Enterprise.
right. And so when you're 28, you're getting to that point in your life where you're not living for other people. Like you're really starting to shift into who
care.
you don't care, and it snaps into place when you're 30.
Even right now, like I don't care. I think 35
Right.
was
35 is magical. 40, it's given. I don't give a fuck.
That's what Naomi said. Naomi said she was really like quiet. And
Yes.
I mean, I can still. She is still quiet, but she's.
She asserts herself more.
Yes.
She asserts herself more. But it's
She said
something
when
about.
She turned 40. That's when she started just speaking up for it.
You do. You start to
Like,
speak up for
fuck
yourself.
you.
Yes, yes. But 28, you start to chip away at that. But at 30, there's a shift.
Oh, it is.
And then 35,
I remember.
then 40.
I was like, I gotta quit this job.
Right.
I'm very I have to think everything out.
Uh-huh.
So I remember,
Methodical.
Yes.
There's your word. Methodical.
At 29, I was like, okay, I'm crying going to work every day.
That's what I was just telling them when I came on this video. Some of y'all are crying going to work.
Literally, like, I was literally getting sick. Like, it was like, what am I doing? Like, because my spirit wasn't aligned with what I was supposed to be doing.
I
was
believe,
supposed to be there.
this is what I believe. I believe every day that you're not living in your purpose or fulfilling your passion, you die a bit.
Yeah, like, I mean, it got to a point I got sick.
Yeah.
Like, literally
Your
sick.
spirit is calling out to you.
And I remember talking to my friend Mari. She worked in HR at Enterprise, and I was like, I can't do this no more.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was able to save up enough money. So for like, it was like April.
Mm-hmm.
My birthday was in February. April, I had quit when I was 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I had...
Yes, Chantal.
I had enough money where I could live.
Right.
So I was good for a whole year. And I didn't do anything but just go. I traveled. I went home. I went to see a lot of my friends from college. And it was like refreshing. And I never looked back. And now I'm 37. And that's when that's when I was like, I remember maybe October. I was like, Cynthia, because she had just opened the Bailey Agency. And I was like, I'll come volunteer. I'll help you out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, child, whatever. I seen her again. And I was like, seriously, I'm not doing nothing right now. I'm just figuring out. Because I always still knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry.
In some capacity, right. Right.
That's what I went. That's what I always wanted to do. Since
Right.
I was a kid. That's why I love television so much. I knew every
Right.
television,
Right.
show, every movie, all of that. And so
Right.
I just didn't know. But I still didn't know what that looked like. And so that's when I started. I was like, I'll volunteer the second time. She was like, whatever, child. You ain't trying to do that. You trying to figure out what you want to do. You don't. You just talking. So the third time I asked her, was literally, she was like, okay, come tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And I went at 9, and the rest is kind of history. And literally the third day I was there, she was like, damn. She was like, you're dope. Your work ethic is crazy. And she was like, I know you're trying to figure out your life right now. And she was like, don't make a decision right now, but I would love for you to be on my team. And
wow.
that was it. And now with that has opened so many doors and me figuring out other things about myself.
Right. And it happens like that 30s,
but you
that
also
shift.
helped me because still throughout this journey, it's still so crazy that because of who I am, I have been always still trying to figure out what else should I be doing, you know, because I think I'm supposed to be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? And I can be if I just continue to do what I'm supposed to be doing. But me buying a franchise and doing all these other things that have nothing to do with who I am or what I'm supposed to be doing. And I remember I was so fucking pissed at you.
You were mad with me.
Exactly where I was. I was cleaning up in one of them offices, and you're like, you just like my nephew. And I'm like, this bitch don't fucking know me. How the fuck you gonna tell me about my life? I'm doing good. I bought a franchise at 35. I thought that was, I thought I was doing the right thing.
Right.
But again, that started getting to be too much because I wasn't supposed to be doing it.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah.
And it was hard for me to say that to you, but I just feel like friendship.
I was like, I got to get off the phone. I'm down here. I got something to do.
So you rushed me off the phone.
Oh, I did.
You rushed me off the phone when I was just trying to be a good friend.
I did. You can't receive certain things. I wasn't my time to receive it though.
Right.
Like that young lady.
Yes, on a yacht.
You got to realize that some people, and that's what I continue to learn.
But you came back. You did come back.
You got to meet people where they are.
Right. But you did come back. And
I can be combative.
Oh, can you?
I can be.
Is that right?
I can be stubborn at times.
Oh.
But I don't think that's me all the time.
No, it's not.
Because I can listen to constructive criticism. It just all has to make sense in my head, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that people should, because it's like even with information that you receive, you take what you need and
filter the rest.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with church. You take what you need and filter the rest. Like when they start preaching from a place of flesh and they start denigrating, there's a word, denigrating people, specific people, you have to leave that alone because they're not speaking from the Spirit at that point. But I think that's what friendship is sometimes having those difficult conversations. You know, it requires transparency. And a lot of people aren't really ready for that. They say that, oh, I want real people around me. I need some real friends. And then as soon as you tell a bitch what they need to hear, who the fuck you think you are? Why you telling me? Da, 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 da. He did own a franchise, not any longer. They're like, he owns a franchise. But... yeah, and so, like, no, I felt that, because, I mean, like, I don't know, I felt like you and my nephew, I was like, they're both searching. But I don't think that, like we were saying before, I don't think that there are any accidents. And when you were telling that about how you were doing this for a little while and then you did that, it just reminds me of that book, The Alchemist, because he was on this journey. Yeah. He was, like, the setbacks, the valleys, the distractions, all of that is in preparation for what's at the end of the journey. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you started the franchise and then you did that for a little while and then you did the other thing. You know, but the thing is, all of it kind of fills in and factors into getting you on the right course. It all happens to get you to
leave my core.
Right.
I'm always still doing what I'm,
right.
My main thing.
Yeah, I mean, and Carolyn says she gets upset when people are honest with her. But you can't be upset with people You know what I'm saying? You can, but you got to catch yourself.
You do.
You have to have a good checks and balances about yourself. I have a really good checks and balance about myself. Like, I might pop off, but then I'll kind of come to a place where I'm like, you know what, Craig, that was kind of... But that's the thing about Taurus. We're really good at being introspective. Like, we'll step back and say, no, you know you were wrong. We might not tell you right.
I say that a lot.
Pardon me?
You probably have said that a lot.
I haven't said that a lot. Because as Taurus, we're all self-examination. But also as Taurus, we're very...
Craig is off the chain.
Tell the people how you really feel.
But I love the growth of you. Even just, oh my God, even in a couple months. Like, it's a different person.
That's because he's coming up on 42.
And you know, if your mama say, "Oh, nigga, you selfish and you all of this,"
but you know what? But no. Here's the thing about Gladys. Really. But here's the thing. But here's the thing about Gladys.
I relate to Gladys. Me and Gladys, you see.
But see the thing about Gladys is, my mother, she sees me as the person that I was before. Like, she don't even know me. I left home when I was 18 to go away to college. So I think there was exponential growth, exponential. From the time that I turned 18 and moved away from home, I went to Virginia for school. And then 2 days after college, I moved here. Like, I grew exponentially. And I think that she was still remembering the Craig that I was. I will be the first to admit, Craig from 0 to 17 wanted his way. He had all of the answers. He was not admitting fault. He would never say, oh, I was wrong. He would never say, oh, I'm sorry. He was emotionally immature. Oh, I had a quote that I was supposed to write yesterday about that. I got it. I remember. About emotional maturity and lack thereof. But like my mother, like I was the one that was bossy as a kid. Like I was bossing everybody around. And I remember she used to say to me all the time as a kid, you can't make it in this world by yourself. You can't make it in this world by yourself. She said, you need to stop being so mean to people. Stop trying to tell people what to do. And what happens is, I would be willing to bet, I'm about to make a correlation. I might need to write this in the Book of Jewels. I think when children are bossy like that, yeah, they need to be honed, and you need the guidance and the direction of a parent to kind of get you in check. But those children that are bossy end up being entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? I'd be willing to bet that Oprah was bossy as a child. I'd be willing to bet Tyler Perry probably has some bossy. You understand what I'm saying? Like these people that really shake shit up, they were leaders. That's leadership that needs honing.
I think because even when I look at a lot of the
bossiness is leadership.
My Caucasian friends that I went to school with, who
let me write that down.
Who were very direct and bossy with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the difference is, I think, in the white community is they actually cultivate that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what are you feeling then? Tell me what are you feeling? Well, I feel this, right. And I think that I always say, it's so funny you mentioned that because I always say, I think that was one of the things in my childhood that hurt me a lot was the fact that you're not always allowed to have an opinion.
You're not always allowed to have an opinion as a child of color.
Then you become...
Oh, he got a smart mouth. Oh, she too grown.
Then you shut down.
And then you start shutting down and you don't know how to express.
That's why I think I am private or I keep everything inside.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, oh, you can't talk... You can't have an opinion. Like, I always say, if I did have kids, I'm not going to let them just be wild, but I would love for them to just be themselves. Because
there are some things about Will and Jada, the way that they raise their kids, to really be so open and talk. Yeah, there's something really special about that, I think. And people criticize them all of the time for the way that they have such a loose Right.
And they know themselves.
And they have feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because then you can't express all of this stuff.
Right.
Because
You don't know how, right? You haven't been trained to express yourself. But my mom, you know, she used to say to me all the time, oh my God, you're so bossy, you're so mean. And I said to her recently, a few months ago, you guys may remember when I said to her, I had the conversation with her, I said, you think that I'm mean or bossy because I tell you no. It just means that I have the capacity to say no, even when it means saying no to you, my mother. And see, she interprets that as me being mean or bossy or selfish, mean and selfish. And I'm just like, no. I said, because all of the people that you meet that know me, like when she met Angela or when she came down to my college in Hampton and I was working in this little office for work study, whenever she meets people, to this day, they're like, oh my God, you did such an amazing job with him. He's such a special person. He's so kind. He's so thoughtful. She doesn't even know that person. She doesn't even know that side of me. Because see, she's still resting on who I was as a child. And I said to her recently, I said, if you want to be convinced that I'm mean and I'm selfish because I know how to say no, because I'm firm in my no, and I don't offer an excuse or an apology for why I say no, then you're welcome to do that. And she said to me, you know what, I think you're right. She said, you're right. You know, you do know how to say no, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, sometimes your parent, and not just your parents, but even sometimes the people that you grow up with, sometimes they want to relegate you to who you were. And it's like, girl, I've grown. Like, I'm not that person anymore.
Especially my friends from
Yes.
elementary, junior high.
It's like, girl, that ain't even who I am anymore.
Because majority of them are still there in the city. They
Right.
just left.
Right. Just because you still sitting over there.
So they think that I'm still the same person.
Right. I was like, no, I'm not him anymore.
Or they think, oh, you big time. You got, like, no.
Right. But yeah, so
Yeah. You just grow.
You do
I hope
grow.
you grow.
right, and it's like I said, my mother hasn't really, I don't know if she's really witnessed my growth. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of the most generous people you're going to meet.
Are you?
I am. And thoughtful and considerate.
I've never really experienced that from you.
Oh. He's trying to get fucked up when I come off this camera. Really?
Just like I told you last night, it's two of you. When you on there with them, you treat me, Terrence, tell the people this, you're all nice to me. Soon as you click off of that thing, you start fussing at me, you're mean to me, you're dismissive.
You're very full of shit. Thank you, Patrice. I am thoughtful. And the thing is, Terrence, see, the thing is, last night, you love that little two-step.
Hey. You weren't ready for that.
No, I wasn't ready for that slow turn. I wasn't ready for that. Come on, feet. Come on, feet.
Call my baby on
You know they have an unsung.
the phone. Who?
The boys.
I'll never see it, because where the hell they been?
I'm dying to know. One of them got to be working for UPS. But no. Terrence last night wanted to chit chat after I came off of this live, and he tried to act like I was being mean.
You were.
No, because you were ready to watch that show. Tell me, come on, put the show on. Come. You don't recognize when you are aggressive, and I got to get you together.
I am aggressive.
You are aggressive, and you bossy as fuck. Come on, come on. Like you real Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde.
I am.
And what happened was I was responding to y'all messages once I came off my live, and he wanted me to move like this, like he was ready for me to get the TV on to watch this movie.
And to even just converse. And you were just so into your phone.
Well, because I was responding. They were trying to ask me how to order the books, how to get the books.
As soon as you turn that thing off, you become a different person. An AH.
Do we need to sit down and talk about this?
We can.
What's the AH, asshole?
Correct. Numero uno.
I'm going to get them together, Adrian.
But you don't have to respond to everything.
No, I don't have to respond to everything. I sure don't. Well, narrow neck ass. And look, you got clean panties back there. I don't understand why you don't shower and clean your panties.
Because I'm about to go home.
But I'm just saying, you had clean panties today and yesterday that you could have washed up in and put on. I think you like walking around in them soiled panties. Somebody said, I'm going to get Iyanla.
For who?
For you. I think you like walking around in them little soiled panties. And they know how you be acting all selfish, because he be like, can you get off of there? And so when I came off of here last night, I was just responding to your messages. And like I said, sending Cash App requests because people had messaged me asking me how to get the books. And he's like, can you come on? Can you come on?
I did.
I know you did. What time did we get up? I came out here, I guess it was about... Oh, really? You eating the M&Ms that you talked about yesterday?
I know, because I just need something in my mouth.
You need something in your mouth?
I'm sorry.
That sounded a bit lewd and lascivious.
It was.
What do you want in your mouth? Some dick? You want some dick in your mouth? You want some dick on your
The blue
tongue?
ones make you horny.
No, they don't.
I used to say that as a kid. I was a nasty kid.
You a nasty man. You talking about he was a nasty kid. You a nasty little man. You are a nasty
little man.
You a nasty little man.
I used to go to the girls and I used to be like, you know the blue ones make you horny. I had to be like 6 or 7. Hey, I was laughing.
Did they send letters home to your parents and tell them how you...
No, you know what it was? And I think that's what was wrong with today's kids.
Well,
I knew with today's kids, I knew when and where to do my dirt and how to do it on the low.
right. Because, see, like, when my kid... Well,
That's why I said, like...
we didn't curse in our neighborhood. I had to get out of my neighborhood to curse because I was too afraid that my mother, father, or somebody that knew us would hear me.
6 years old, I told you this before. My favorite word was motherfucker. I would get mad. I'd be like, motherfucker. just, but I never did it around my parents. They never knew. Wow, man. I used to tell a girl, and she'd be like, can I stick this in?
Where were you getting that stuff?
I was exposed to so much.
I'm not going to have to take you to lunch because you're eating up my peanut M&Ms. That's going to be your lunch right there for cleaning up the kitchen and the
Martin
living
was
room.
like my inspiration.
But they didn't curse on Martin. So where did you hear these words?
He was the host.
Oh, yeah, the Jeff Comedy Jam.
I thought I was gonna grow up and be Martin.
You thought you were going to grow up and be...
Ask anybody. I thought I was gonna grow up and I would magically just be Martin Lawrence.
So what would you do? You would act like him?
Oh my god, yeah. I was funny and silly. Yeah. I actually thought I was gonna be an actor.
You are an actor.
To be or not to be?
You are an actor out of your damn mind.
That's the question. Yeah, I really thought I was gonna be Martin Lawrence. Ain't that crazy? I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Come on, Bernie, man.
Mm-hmm. He was also one of my favorite comedians.
It makes me wonder, like, where his career would have gone if he was still living.
I like Barney.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was just blowing up.
He was just he had been a janitor.
Did you ever see his Unsung?
I did.
That was so good.
Was it Unsung or Life After?
It was something.
Something, yeah.
And
his wife was on there.
Because it wasn't called Unsung.
Yeah. And his wife was on there talking about how they had been together when they were young, and how
And his daughter.
and how he didn't do that Def Comedy thing until he was like almost
40.
50. He was close to 50.
Yeah.
He was like 45, 47, something. So it was late for him.
Oh, it was. For a lot of people. Though.
So he didn't really get to enjoy success very long.
And he was just like, he just did the Ocean 11.
Right.
He was in Charlie's Angels.
And what was the movie that I think he was in production when he died? Wasn't he in production for a movie when he died? They didn't get or something? Or maybe it was something that was about to come. I can't remember.
His last movie, when it was him and Samuel L. Jackson, which was a good movie.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of it.
Right. Wasn't it The Great White Hope or something? I don't remember.
No.
I made that up, didn't I? It was something.
There was a movie called.
And then you got a toothbrush in there and you don't even brush your teeth. Right. He's sitting there eating chocolate. Bernie Mac. Let me find this movie. Bernie Mac.
It was good. It was like the something man.
Bernie Mac and Soul Man.
Soul Man.
Y'all know y'all be on it, baby.
That was good.
Soul
Did y'all ever
Man.
see Soul Man?
No, I never saw that.
It was funny.
Was it? I
It
never
was
saw that.
really good.
He done ate up all my peanut M&M's.
So him, Samuel L. Jackson, and John Legend were all in the group in the 80s. I mean, in the 70s.
They
They
were
were
the,
trying to make a comeback, but John Legend had died. It was good. It was fun.
so they weren't able to make the comeback because John Legend
It was just
died.
gonna be those two. They had went on this road trip adventure and shit.
No, I never saw that.
It was good. It was funny.
Hmm.
You gotta see it.
We don't want to make no pancakes real quick. I can make them. You don't like pancakes, huh?
Now, like, I don't really like sweets, but I just needed something in my mouth.
My pancakes are really good.
Yeah.
You know that's your go-to move.
I also thought I was gonna be a dancer.
I don't know how.
I was best dancer.
With them stiff moves. Well, you are from Ohio. You are from Ohio because they don't really, you know.
Please. Ohio got it going on.
Oh, sure. Can you bring me a cold water out of the fridge, please? You look like you dance like you from Chicago.
That's where my daddy from.
They said, do the Kappa step.
I only really.
Oh, you know what? I can have one of those ones that's already open. It's two of them that's open right there on the door. Let me have those two on the door, please. 1, 2.
This gonna be cauliflower. Cauliflower.
I know. I'm gonna make that cauliflower. Thank you.
Whatever, Craig.
They're waiting for you to Kappa stop.
I can only do that when I'm inebriated. I need to go. I need to buy a ticket to DC this weekend.
When are you supposed to be going to DC?
I'm just go Sunday and come back on Sunday.
This coming Sunday?
Mhm.
What is wrong with you? That ticket is gonna be $3 million.
I looked yesterday. It was like 300.
That is too much to go to DC.
Is it?
What? I be going to DC for like less than like $180. Less than $180. Like,
We'll find me one right now.
well, I can't say this. I'm gonna find something that cheap now. Like that's next weekend.
This weekend, the 11th.
Yeah. Good luck. You might be better off driving. Let me see.
I know I ain't about to drive.
Let me see what I can do. I don't understand why you procrastinate like this.
It was not a procrastination. He just told me that he was about to.
No, because you told me this the other week. Last week
it was
at least.
Last week.
You flying into BWI or DC National? Let me just look.
Which one is
What day you trying to
Which
leave?
one is closer to?
Washington National is in DC. Baby, it's $330 one way.
That's on Southwest.
Good luck.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Let me look on. Let me look at Washington National and see what that's giving. $330. I don't know why you So what you going up there to do?
One of my frat brothers is he's in the military. He's getting new ranking. He's doing a whole.
Well, he can't FaceTime you and show you.
No, I want to be there.
Well, you about to come out of pocket.
That's fine.
It's $600 round trip.
I found one cheaper. Because I get on Spirit. Do they have Ubers there, though?
Yeah.
From the airport?
Hmm. They also have this other service. It's not just Uber. They have another one that it leads from the DC airport to wherever. Let me look up Spirit.
Spirit.
That Greyhound in the sky.
Fly Spirit like Sydney. I am. Caroline.
And you better make sure you carry your bag on with you.
I won't have no bag. I'm going for a day.
So you flying up on?
Sunday, come back Sunday. You get what I'm saying?
Should I try Washington? Well, they don't even fly into Washington. You got to fly into BWI.
I know, which you said is 34 miles away.
Yeah, so then that's gonna be a grip on in Uber.
How much you think it's gonna be?
It's probably between $40 and $50
Oh, that's not bad.
if it ain't surging.
The 11th, Negro.
I'm looking for one way. Oh yeah, not one way, round trip.
I'm not returning on the 18th. I'm returning on the 11th.
For all of you new people in here, I've written 3 books. I need your support. Amen. The first book is called Words Never Spoken. The second is called One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure. And the third book is called So Much to Say, a Book of Quotes. What? That's on the 13th.
I know, I said, why can't it be?
And these are one way. Excuse me. If you're interested in signed copies of the books, you can cash at me the money. $20 for one book, $36 for 2, $54 for 3. My Cash App ID is the writer. But then inbox me your shipping address so that I know where to send them. But the books are also available on all e-readers as well as Amazon. Just look up Craig Stewart on Amazon. And audible.com. The second book is not on Audible just yet. It's coming. It's on its way there. So what you going to do? You going up there now with this expensive-ass plane ticket?
I am. Still go.
I don't know why you keep folding up them M&Ms. You may as well take those with you.
All of that nastiness.
Because when I went into Walmart and bought those peanut M&Ms for 78 cents, I bought those with my name in mind.
You see the top of your head?
But you can go ahead and eat them. Go ahead and eat them.
That's what Gladys is talking about. That selfish, nasty behavior.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you didn't even ask if you could have some.
So
of
when
my
I bought,
you didn't ask if you could have some of my peanut M&Ms.
when I bought my shrimp and my spinach and all my.
But you told me that you were bringing them over here. You didn't ask for some of my peanut M&Ms.
Do you think that I had Craig in mind?
No, but you offered.
Why your voice getting all sweet and soft?
What?
Because you're nasty.
I'm nasty in the bed.
Why is everything so sexual? Huh?
Why you jack off 7 times a day?
But do I talk about it all the time?
Not all the time,
Exactly.
but you talk about it.
So is all of this just...
Why are you trying to act pure and wholesome?
Because I am.
You know the gays go on Jack to get real nasty, but then they on Tinder trying to be wholesome. They whores on Jack, but they wholesome on Tinder. I'm just saying.
You don't think I'm wholesome? Exactly.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
I am.
You're wholesome?
You will never hear no stories like that about this.
Ain't nobody say nothing about you doing what? No stories about what?
Haven't you ever heard of the expression dress for success? That was from a line from a movie, sorry.
Right. I know he's sitting out on the arm of my chair. He know better than that. He know better than that. If you guys, when you guys receive your books today, please do me a favor. It's gonna be about 30 of you receiving books today. If you would, please.
Are you going to Jacksonville this weekend?
Tag me.
You going to Jacksonville?
Take a picture of the books and tag me, Craig the Writer Stewart, please. No, I had to push that back. I have to set a date for Jacksonville. I was supposed to be in Jacksonville
This is no fake ass forward.
on the 10th. I was supposed to be in Jacksonville on the 10th, but I had...
Ain't shit on it.
Of course they sign, Steven. When you order your books through me, I sign them, and I put bookmarks in there as well. What you say? I don't know why you keep eating them peanut M&Ms and then putting them back.
I am not mad. It is late.
They're almost gone. The M&Ms are almost
I
gone.
got to go.
Steven, thank you for ordering your books. I really appreciate you.
You gonna put these dishes up?
Well, you may as well go ahead while you're standing there. You didn't even do the bathroom.
I gotta go to school.
If you clean the bathroom, I'll take you to a nice dinner.
Take my own self to a nice dinner.
Okay, that's why you about to spend $500 to go to D.C. for a day. And you're going to end up spending more than that because the damn plane ticket going to cost you $5. Then you're going to have to Uber. That's going to cost you about $100.
Yeah.
Then you got to eat. And
I'm
then
only there for a
you
day.
still got to eat. You going to fast on your trip to D.C.? You still got to
It's
eat.
a reception.
Okay. So how much you think you're going to spend?
What I got going on over here? Don't worry about it.
See, can't nobody tell you nothing. That's your problem. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You so grown. You so fast.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't. You don't like to listen. So hard headed. Hey Lorraine. Hey girl. Hey. You just don't like to listen. You trying to tell you stuff. Trying to help you. Are you blowing kisses?
I'm looking in the mirror.
Why is it dark all of a sudden? Why is it so dark? This is always stupid.
Hey, I got things to do.
What you got to do today?
I really do have a lot on my plate.
What you got to do?
And I gotta go to work at 4.
I'm having a meeting with Michael later on today because we're talking about doing a reading over at his building. But it's going to be a reading and conversation.
Michael, you talking
Mike.
about? I know who Mike is.
Mike. We hung out all day Sunday and you can, I really like Mike.
Oh, that guy, yeah. I do. It's cool.
So we're going to do a signing at his, in their community room.
Yeah, it's community room.
And so we're going to do like a talk back. Like I'm going to pull out certain sections in the books and I'll read them. And then we'll just have like a dialogue about it. And then I'll sign and sell books. So I'm going to go and look at the space today. But then he and I are also going to do a conversation on Facebook Live. We're going to really talk about like suicide and depression. There's no admission, Leah, for the park at the on April 7th in Houston. Yeah, so he and I are going to do a Facebook Live conversation about suicide because he has a friend that committed suicide. And he's going to share his story as well because he attempted suicide. But I'm also going to record it as a podcast. So I'm going to meet him today so I can see the space. And then he's trying to set up something for me to go to Charleston because he's from Charleston. So he's trying to help me set up something for, is it Kata or Kita? Is it Kata? My first book is called Words Ever Spoken. It's a memoir. The second book is called One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, a memoir continued. So basically, it's all of the things that shaped and changed my life. My parents' divorce, my sister's drug addiction. My brother spent 23 years in jail, and I write about a depression that I experienced. And as a result of that depression, I was meeting guys that I didn't know on the internet for sex. But I also write about my journey as a writer, as a songwriter. I wrote for Brandy and worked with Tweed and just all of these different people. But also I was coming to terms with being gay. So I write about the transition from dating women to dating men. The very first guy that I fell in love with was HIV positive. I ended up writing a stage play as a result of that relationship. Tyler Perry came to the show, saw the show, said the show was brilliant, but he would not touch it. I write about all of that stuff in the first two books. The third book is called So Much to Say, a book of quotes. So it's a book of original quotes that I've been writing for the past 5 years. So it's relationship quotes, encouragement quotes, wisdom quotes. And so all of the books are available directly through me. If you're interested in an autographed copy, I ship books almost daily. I sign them and I ship them to you. If you want to purchase them through me, you can send the money through the Cash App. The details are up here and down here. I pinned them. But my Cash App ID is The Writer. The Writer. All one word. One book is $20. 2 books is $36. 3 is $54. So that makes them $18 each. But the books are available on Amazon. You can download them to your iBooks or to your iPad, rather, or Google Play, your Nook, wherever. And they're both, the first 2 are available as Audible books as well. I'm narrating them. So the first one is there. The second one should be there in a matter of days because I just finished recording that one. But Words Never Spoken is available as an Audible book as well. So thank you very much for asking, and thank you for looking for the very first time. I usually come on Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but today I was just kind of feeling the spirit, so we logged on. Amen. What you writing? He's working. So you am I gonna have a role in this Bailey camp with this theater production thing you talking about? He's trying to get a check.
Exactly. Honestly, I think we got everything together.
Oh, so that's what you're saying? You don't need my help? You don't need my services? Is that what you're saying? You don't need my help? Oh, okay. And don't come back later because my fees are gonna be double. Don't ask me later because I'm gonna be booked and busy like Kelly Price. Oh. Booked and busy. Who are you calling?
I'm working since I'm still here.
Should I make some pancakes?
That's totally up to you.
Do you want pancakes?
You don't have to make me.
I can make some pancakes and cauliflower. Pancakes and cauliflower.
You're a mess.
Yes, Stacy. Hey, girl, hey. Why does Marika have your books, Steven? I sent them to your house, didn't I? But if you purchase your books and you're receiving them today, please do me a favor and take a picture of your books and tag me at Craig the Writer Stewart. Tag me, post a picture on your Facebook, Instagram. That's how people learn about the books, and that's how we spread the word. Amen. So I appreciate you for doing that. All right, so look, I'm about to get off of here. I will see you. Oh, she's at your house, Steven? Hey, girl, hey. So listen, I'm about to get off here. I will see you guys tonight at 9 p.m. What video? Have an amazing day. Have a productive day.
As Biggie Smalls was shot from a passing vehicle. He had been named Rap Artist of the Year at the Billboard Awards in 1995. He was
Rivals, but police say they are.
the long smoldering future.
I hated his toupee.
Wait, hold on, watch this.
We want to warn you, you may find some of the language now disturbing. Yeah.
Facebook, I don't own the rights to this. Don't be cutting my shit off.
As the rap recording artist known as Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls. No need to worry.
He's trying to cue up the video.
Oh, there you go.
East Coast. Definitely, without a question. Early this morning at Kennedy Airport, the body of Biggie Smalls was returned to New York from Los Angeles, where he had been shot and killed over the weekend in the latest round of violence that has plagued and sadly come to symbolize a style of music that has captivated millions of Americans, black and white.
Here's the part, though. I want to look different down there.
Who is he?
It's Peter.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that was him.
Peter Thomas, a rap music promoter who was with Biggie Smalls minutes before he was killed, says it is the music itself, with its inflammatory lyrics, that has fueled the violence. You're not just talking to an individual,
You know he was A&R.
Bye, y'all. See y'all tonight at 9.